So today our verses is 9.13 to 14. So last verse, let me share the screen. So let me know when you whether you can able to see my screen or not. Am I audible, right? Please confirm me. Okay. So yesterday's class has been discussed about the um, who cannot understand Krishna. So fools deride him as an ordinary person. So that is what has been discussed. So fools means when Krishna has descended into this material world, like an two with the two arms form, uh, people think like Krishna is also like an ordinary man. He also born like us. So they will not understand who is Krishna and why he came to this world and like that and all. So they just think that one. So yeah, Krishna, he may have some little bit extra powers. So he is also like us only, like that people think. So but so that is what Krishna has told that one. So they will never understand his the transcendental nature of the Lord Krishna and why he is performing the pastimes like an ordinary person sometimes. So Krishna has did many transcendental activities which are nobody can able to do very extraordinary activities. And sometimes he did like if you see in Vrindavan, Leela's Krishna is thief that Krishna, everybody is like Krishna is chore, he's Makkan chore, and he's always teasing gopis and like that. So they'll see that those activities as like an ordinary things. That's why they'll think like Krishna is an ordinary person. That's why Krishna told them fools, Mudha. So that's why. So in the shloka, today's shloka, so 9.13, so Krishna told that one, who can understand him? Who can understand him? So Krishna as he is. So Krishna is the Sachit Ananda Vigraha. He is not like an us. So it's like how we are seeing like it with the material body like that. No, he is not like us. So that's why Krishna in Shastras also is telling that Krishna is so why in scriptures told that when uh, like Brahman, I mean, no, there is no form to the Lord like that. There is no form to the Lord. Sometimes it is saying, and sometimes it is Krishna is in person like that. Why it has been told that we should not understand that one. Krishna is also like us, how the body we have no. So the form of Krishna is in person. He has the form. So, but the form is not like. So how we are seeing all the living, every human being and all. So it's not like that. His form is like transcendental, Sachidananda Vigraha. So who can understand him that the Krishna is as he is? So here, please just recite after me. Mahatmanastu mam pata daivim prakritim ashrita bhajanti ananya manaso gnatva bhutadim avyayam. So here Krishna is telling that Mahatmanastu. So Mahatmas means the great souls. So Mam means they can understand the great souls. Uh, they can Mahatmanastu Mahampartha means the great souls who can understand him. So they will come under Daivim Prakritim Ashrita. So they will come under the divine nature of the Supreme Lord. Bhajanti Ananya Manaso. So they will always render service to the Lord. So Gnatva Bhutadidam Avyayam. So by knowing that one, so they will be they'll never be like bewildering like anything. So they will understand that when Krishna is the original form and Krishna is inexhaustible. So they will never be bewildered. So that is what. So, O son of Partha, translation by the divine. We'll just read the translation given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. So, O son of Partha, those who are not deluded, the great souls, are under the protection of the divine nature. They are fully engaged in devotional service because they know me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, original and inexhaustible. So here Krishna is telling they will come under the protection of divine nature. So Krishna has two types of natures, material nature and the divine nature. I mean, so Krishna has material nature means yesterday we discussed those who are fools, Mudas, they will come under the Mudas. They under the Maya. Material nature is like Maya. So they will come under that Krishna's external energy. If we say like, so Krishna's external energy and Krishna's internal energy. So external energy is like, so now we are seeing this material energy. This is what Krishna's external energy. And internal energy is like divine nature, the spiritual, transcendental nature. So those who cannot able to understand Krishna, they will be under the external nature of Krishna. So how they will always think like just Krishna is an ordinary person only like that. They will not. They will just think about that Brahman and they will give priority to that one Nirhankara. So they will not ready to accept the Krishna's original form like that. But those who are Krishna's internal energy, so divine nature. So those who understand Krishna, who he is exactly, they will come under the protection of the divine nature. So they will be into the protected by the spirituality and all. So those who are come under the divine natures, they always engaged in the devotional service. So yeah, we will read in the paper given by the Prabhupada. So here Prabhupada has been mentioned like in this verse, description of the Mahatma is clearly given. So the Mahatma, the sign of the Mahatma is that, so they already situated in the divine nature. So he is not under the control of material nature. And how he is expected that one? So in 7th chapter, if you see that one, those one who surrender unto the Supreme Personality of the Godhead, Krishna, so they will become freed from the control of this material nature. So those who have not taken shelter of the Krishna, so they will be under the control of the living nature is like that. Though it appears like we are independent, but we are nowhere independent. We are always be dependent. Either if we take shelter of material nature of the Lord, we are controlled by the material nature. If we take shelter of the uh, internal nature, I mean divine nature of the Supreme Lord, you will be controlled by the divine nature. So the only independent you have like where you wanted to choose, that is what only the independent you have. So it's up to you whether you wanted to be under material control or you wanted to be under divine control. Only that one only that we have the choice in the independent thing. So other than that, so everything we have to be under controlled by the either material nature. If you choose to come wanted to be enjoy I independently, so I am the master. So why should I have to surrender to the Lord? Why should I have to service? If you have that type of things, thoughts and all, you will be controlled by the material nature. No, if you thought, so let me take shelter of Krishna, so let me serve him, let me surrender to him. So I am only his servant. So if you have that thoughts, I wanted to serve the Lord, I wanted to take shelter of him, then if you can come under the divine nature of the Lord. So those who are the Mahatmas, they will think that one. I am the servant of the Lord. My purpose is like I have to serve the Lord. Let me engage into the devotional service to please my Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. So in that way, those who are come into this divine nature, Krishna's divine nature is superior than the material nature. So those who are come under the divine nature, the Mahatmas, so they will not bound by this control of the material nature. So that's why they will be freed from the control of this material nature. So that's why they'll call them as a Mahatmas, and they will become under the Daivin Prakriti. So they will not divert their attention. So once they tasted uh, love of the Lord Krishna, and they once they started enjoying serving to the Lord, so they will never become deviated. Suppose the uh, one who got attracted to prasadam of the Lord. So there are many ways to attract to the Lord. So many ways we can do serve to the Lord by eating prasadam. Also we can purify that one, and in that way, and by chanting of the holy name and hearing and hearing about his pastimes and what is that, and remembering. So sometimes we may become free. So that time there are many thoughts are going in our mind. So that time just so materialistic person, they will be entangled into the thoughts. But the Mahatmas, so whenever they have got free time, they always think about the Lord. So they are always connected to the Lord. So suppose if they seen anything, some flower, if they are walking on the road or something, on the roadside we can see many fruits and flowers and all. So by seeing that also, instead of they think that, oh, this flower is nice, this fruit is nice, so let me enjoy. No, they will not think. Mahatmas think that one, okay, this flower is very nice, so beautiful. So so this flower I can offer to the Lord, so that Lord will be pleased. And fruits are very looking like so uh, good. I think so it might be very tasty. So let me offer to the Lord like that. So they always thinking about the Lord, how come they can serve. So in that way, even though they are doing, so they are looking like a normal ordinary person, how so they are also doing working, and they are also engaging in their family activities and everything. But still their consciousness is about always thinking about Krishna. So they will not divert. So in this material world, so there are many obstacles are coming, there are many lamentations and everything will come. But still they will not divert. So they always thinking about Krishna only. If you say in Mahabharata, so Pandavas are there and Kauravas are there. So Kauravas are cheated Pandavas, but wherever you go, Pandavas are becoming humiliated. So everywhere they are cheating. So but still, they're all, even though they are going through so many obstacles, but still they are always be happy. And Duryodhana have many opulences. So by cheating Pandavas, they took their entire kingdom. They have a lot of he has a lot of opulent, but he'll always be anchoring for something. He'll never be satisfied. So he'll always be what Pandavas are thinking. He'll always worrying about what Pandavas are doing and all. But Pandavas, even though they lost everything, and they are and every time they are getting cheated and all, but still they are always be happy. So how they will become always be happy? So wherever they are, so they are just thinking about Krishna, and they are just simply taking the shelter of Krishna. So even if you see that Draupadi, so even though she is in that such a horrible situation, but she took shelter of Lord Krishna. So she has been protected by Krishna. So they always take shelter of Krishna, and they are always thinking about Krishna. So that's why uh, so they will always be happy whatever the situations they are in. So, and the pure devotees of the Lord. So normally, Lord means, so just thought we'll get Vishnu, and Krishna means just four arm forms of the Lord. Wherever you go, Vishnu temples, there are four arms. There are four hands will be there: Shankara, Chakra, Gada, Padma, and all. So God means immediately we'll remember that Lord Venkateshwara form or Vishnu form or Ananta Padmanabha, like that. So, but the pure devotees of the Lord, so they are even the pure devotees, they don't like to. The Lord has many features, many forms. Krishna has descended into this world in a different forms. Krishna is avatari, and the Krishna is the source for Lord Vishnu also, Mahavishnu also, with the four-handed form. So devotees are not like not interested to see the 400 form of the Lord Vishnu. Even in Mahabharata also, if you see, so Krishna showed the universal form to the Lord after that. So Krishna, Arjuna has become bewildered. Till the time Arjuna has seen Krishna as his friend only. So once he seen the universal form and 400 form of the Lord, he become bewildered. He cannot able to make friendship with him. So that's why. So he cannot able to, he prayed to the Lord, I cannot able to see you this form. I cannot able to stay near to you. That's one. Please come to the two form. How you are before like that. So like that he prayed. Then out of that mercy, again Krishna can turn into the two armed form. So devotees are very much fond of seeing Krishna in two-armed form. That's why Krishna came in his original form to this world. So to satisfy the devotees, to please the devotees. So how devotees wanted to see Krishna and wanted to reciprocate with him, according to that Krishna is reciprocating. So devotees of the pure devotees of the Lord wanted to see the and relish the any one of the relationship with the Lord in two arms forms. So that's why to please his devotees, he is doing many pastimes. So in Vrindavan, there are always each day there is a pastime Krishna is doing like in ordinary form. So that by remembering the each pastime of the Lord, like chori, I mean Makhan Chor. So always Krishna is taking the butter without saying anyone and all, and he's uh, and teasing other friends and gopis, and sometimes he's telling lies like an ordinary boy, as normal childs also will tell, na. So if they did any mistake, they will say like, no, no, I didn't do this mistake. They'll simply say like that. And if you see recently, last week, I mean, Damodar month, so Krishna is doing very naughty activities. Why he is doing? So he wanted to give pleasure to his devotees, so that by remembering in that way, by remembering that past time, so we can they can think about and they can meditate on Krishna. That's why Krishna, out of mercifully, came to this material world in a two-armed form. So that is what. So in next shloka, so then how Mahatmas will do devotion, and how come they will remember Krishna like that? So we'll see this one. सततं कीर्तयन्तो माम् यतन्तश्च दृढव्रतः नमस्यन्तश्च मां भक्त्या नित्ययुक्त उपासते. How they are doing? So always chanting my glories. Endeavoring translation. So always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me. These great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. So what they will do, the Mahatmas, always chanting my glories. They always thinking about Krishna and glorifying about Krishna, endeavoring with great determination. So how I can serve, how I can please, they always be enthusiastic and they always thinking about that one, how I can do and bowing down before me. So whenever they are gone to the temples, and always they will pay obeisances to the Lord. So they will not see deity as just like an idol. So they'll see Krishna, deity is Krishna himself only. So they will not deviate. They will not deviate. Just simply saying, okay, this is deity idol only. What should I do? So he not a Krishna like that? No, they will not see the difference, and with that's only in that way. So the pure devotees, they will keep deities in their home, and they daily they will do worship and all. Yeah, Parpat will just read that one. So Mahatmas, so what is Mahatma means? Here Prabhupada is giving that Mahatma cannot be manufactured by a rubber stamping, an ordinary man. So Mahatma means like nowadays we are saying there are many it's not like that, Mahatma. Many are getting that one. So it's not kind of a okay. And putting a rubber stamp on that ordinary man, he we can say like he is a Mahatma. No, Mahatma means he is the symptom. So what is that symptom? Is always engaged in chanting the glories of the Supreme Personality of the Lord Krishna. He has no other business. He is always engaged in the glorification of the Lord. In other words, he is not impersonalist. So these are the qualifications of a Mahatma. Just putting by one stamp on his head, okay, and giving the name he is a Mahatma. No, just by saying, even nowadays, some people so proudly say that one, I'm a Brahmana. I born in a Brahmana family. No. So just by giving birth, I mean taking birth in a Brahmana family, he is not a Brahmana. Brahmana is by qualities, by his gunas, and he's sharing about Krishna, and he has the patience, and he has loving towards other living entities, and he has the helping nature. These are the qualities of a Brahmana. With that qualities, we have to say like he is a Brahmana and all. It's not that one. Same way, just putting by the rubber stamp, he is not a Mahatma. So they have to do some activities. There are some symptoms are there. So by that symptoms, we can say like he is a Mahatma only. What are those symptoms? Always chanting the glories of the Lord, like say Narada Muni. So Narada Muni always singing the so in his even if we see the form, remember about Narada Muni, immediately we will get his vena and in hands also that Karatal type will be there. So immediately we'll remember. So with that he will always think, he will always chanting the Lord, and he's always glorifying the Lord. In that way he's always in that way he is engaging. And even if you see Bhagavatam also, there are many devotees are doing. If you see Ambarish Maharaj, so Ambarish Maharaj also is engaging all of his limbs in the service of the Lord only. And Sukadeva Goswami. So he is very much fond of hearing about the pastimes of Krishna. So these are the qualities. These are the qualities of the Mahatma. So they will not attach to the impersonalist. So impersonal form of the Lord. So they will not think that one Krishna is impersonal. So they will think Krishna. They will worship the impersonal form of the Lord. They will not attracted to the Brahma Jyoti. Like many will think like highest level is like Brahma Jyoti. Beyond that there is nothing like that. No, Shastra itself is saying Krishna is the form, he is the person. Hmm. So they are always hearing about Krishna, which are described in Bhagavatam and Vishnu. So it's not about the demigods. So on how they are doing devotion to the Lord, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. So here also telling that one Vishnu Smaranam. It's not about the demigods and all. So we have to remember about Vishnu and all. So that is what in that way they will engage the body. He always engaging there mentally and physically and vocally. Manasa, Karmana, Vacha like that will be tell right. In three of them they will engage in the service of the Lord only. So that is why so they always everything they will put into the consciousness of Krishna and thinking that one. So in that way they are always been Krishna consciousness. Mhm. So normally, how we can do devotional services means like we can engage in many ways. So suppose there are some days are there, suppose Ekadasi and in Janmashtami and Radhashtami, and there are good days, there are some auspicious days are there. On the days they will do fasting and they will give more time to Krishna. So instead of engaging in material activities like that. So in that and they will follow the regulations, rules and regulations and all these things they will do. Mahatmas always be they will take. So One of the quality also is like they will always take shelter of the pure devotees and they will take guidance from the spiritual master. So those who are taking guidance from the spiritual master, they can able to follow that one. So even now, we also got the opportunity like to read this kind of Bhagavad Gita Bhagavatam book given by the His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. So out of mercifully, Prabhupada has translated the Sanskrit verses into English so that it can be easily understand in a very understandable way to every one of us. So Mahatmas will be like that. They always thinking about Krishna and they always wanted to be in association of Krishna and they will take shelter of the spiritual masters and all. So this is what. So Mahatmas is like that only. So they always be wanted to be in the. So they don't want to be like engaging in the casual activities of name, fame, earning money, and something I wanted to achieve and all. So everything, whatever they are doing, so everything they wanted to try to engage in Krishna's service. So that is what the quality of a Mahatma. Yeah, yes, we can stop here. Anybody have any questions on this? Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to explain, to discuss about the Bhagavad Gita, this chapter.